That's his game. They don't get back. Hayward's look at his steal. Here's the steal. 3-on-1. Alley-oop. Oh, my goodness. Marcus Maven! And you certainly are in love with him here in Louisville. Marcus in the open floor. Hops incredible. Here comes Maven off the steal. Oh, my goodness.
Get up, get up, get up, get up. Let's get ready for Marcus Maven. You're about midway to the midday with Marcus Maven. And you can call in, I lay back and just listen to Marcus Maven. So sit back and relax and watch Maven. Break it down like this. Woo!
Broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services studio. Time for Middays with Marcus Maven on 93.9 The Ville. Now, here's Marcus Maven and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. It's Midday with Marcus Maven. 8150 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. And people, I feel like it's going to be a great week. Monday mornings always never fail to deliver. Steve Rummage in the building, Patty Ice in the booth. High school football starts this week. College football starts this week. It's beautiful. High school football, man, starts Friday night. You're going to some games?
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna go check the game out, man. Yeah, I like that. I love going around, man, checking out some games, see what's going on. We got that going on. We got college football on Saturday.
High school football back in business. Coaches, do not hesitate to reach out to me. Do not hesitate to reach out to us. Like,
yeah, let us know.
We are very open to to hitting the games, knowing some of the players, knowing some of the elite talent. Don't call us if it's just my kid. He's third string right now, but just give him a shout out.
Right. But we would love to know. I mean, even if you just want to call in and over the season and
talk about a matchup, a big time matchup, and what's going on. Parents too, like it's okay. But like I said, don't do the.
I know.
Hey, can you get Satterfield offer my kid a scholarship?
I know that the kid in front of my kid is first team All State, but my kid's actually better. They just won't play. Like, no, that kid's first team All State because he's better.
Patty Ice in the booth. Patty Ice, what's going on, my man?
Not much. I mean, you guys brought up the high school football scene. I mean, there's a few guys going to Louisville you might want to take a look at, like maybe a Josh Minkins or
100%.
or anybody like that.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
A lot of good talent here in the city this year, especially some guys that are going to be going that have verbally committed to go to the university next year. So
right,
we'll see what happens.
Why did you just throw that in there, Patty Ice? Why did you just do that? What mood are you in to say, verbally at least?
I'm just saying.
It's like with football, you just never know.
Hey, nothing is concrete until it's on paper.
And what you're telling is the absolute truth. But you gave me a flash of, I hope we don't lose that guy. And I say that because Steve, there's one guy who you're ready to just all of it just put it out there, Steve.
Oh yeah, what T Webb? Yeah, because I'm like you
Wow.
got Chubba Purdy, who is kind of the cornerstone of your class.
Uh-huh.
T. Webb's a kid, man, who's gaining a lot of attention in the South. He's already got some SEC offers. Georgia, you go on the Georgia boards, and Georgia are like, why are we not offering this kid? He's right here in the state. And I'm like, yeah, he gonna catch an offer like that.
But doesn't that take us back to the time when we said, no, this kid's a stud and this commitment is an awesome commitment. And
yeah, I
now
thought
all of a
so.
sudden and now he's blowing up, and then it's like,
yeah,
I want apologies, Steve. I need more apologies in my life.
Yeah, I agree.
need more.
I like apologies.
You were right and I was wrong about a lot of stuff. Like you hold me hostage to. Yeah, you said you're gonna.
Yeah.
You hold me to the 3 times that I've been like morbidly wrong.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, that's fair.
But give me my props on it 1,000 times. A lot of stuff to talk about today. We're gonna talk some football. We're gonna talk some basketball. We're gonna talk some Jalen Reeves-Maybin.
Oh man, go ahead and do it. He looked good, man.
Oh my God! Did you see that baby out there?
He looked good. little too much trash talk. No, I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say, was he?
Yeah. No, hey, just get back there. No, it's funny. It's funny because we were at the game. Since you could talk about your kid, I'm talking about my kid. So we were at the game, and I was talking to my buddy Steve, and like, you know, and his son, he always making good plays and stuff like that, and he kind of struts after the play, and I'm like, of course I love it, I love it, you know. I mean, it's tasteful, it's not like crazy. So, anyways, he was doing that.
He did a little Jair Alexander.
Yeah, no, he don't do that. But so Elijah, who actually is becoming a defensive lineman,
right,
and looking pretty good. I'm like, oh my God, he may actually be able to play football.
We found a position.
Yeah. So if anything, I've got him at a low level. I've got him playing NAI at this point. I'm like, okay, he can.
You've already superimposed
yeah.
into
I'm
his
like,
future.
I'm like, he can play NAI at football at this point. So. But anyways, he makes a play. He rips through, makes a good tackle, and, you know, he goes back on the line. I told him, I said, my son is business. I was like, get back on the line. Next play. So and then deep down, I'm like, dude, come on, man. Like you should have made that. Dude, you should have made a tackle and like did the home run, you know, or something. But it made me think of that because Jalen.
Oh no! I remember the time when I said, after you get that hit, when you keep running a couple steps up the field, I said, son, all the cameras are drawn to you.
Yep, that's
every
fact.
time you do that. So when he tackles and picks up the run in the opposite direction,
he looked familiar too. One of his celebrations, like father, like son. He hit him with the.
I did enjoy it. Detroit Lions.
It was awesome. He looked awesome.
Yeah, enjoy the Detroit Lions with me for as long as you can.
No, in all seriousness, he played really good. I mean, that's two
games,
really good games for him. So
yeah, he's having a good time. Mm-hmm. He sounds like he's in good spirits. But thank you, people, for letting me get that off my chest. That was a good moment. Fan Fest this weekend.
Yeah,
we just had.
Yeah, it looked like a fun event, man. I mean, of course, Saturdays I had a game stuff. So, well, you know, had football game. Stuff like that I had to go to and stuff, but it looked like a great event. So I'm glad people got out.
Say the little storm or little rain came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
but outside of that, nice,
really refreshing.
I was gonna say, yeah, poor lawn care services.
I know. Well, I know. Like my grass is dead. I've cut my grass like once in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's getting cooked.
So yeah, but you got that, and then you start to think ahead. You go to Fan Fest. You start to drive. As I'm driving in today, I'm looking at the stadium, and I'm thinking, 2 weeks from today, we're going to be. What time is it?
School is back in session.
I'll already be there.
You said what?
It's 10:13. I'll already be at the stadium, just walking around,
just admiring,
just looking like a psychopath. Why is he walking so fast? Like, where's he going?
Are you gonna be emotional for that game like that?
Yeah, day of, because I just dream, and the day of, I'm gonna be like, what if they win? Like, you know what I mean? Like that's me. That's just how I am. I mean, when it gets there, I'm gonna have watched football. Which, by the way, I looked at the schedules. I am insanely disappointed with the first couple weeks of college football this year.
I'm listening.
We've been spoiled over the last 3 years or so, and there's just been like a ton of big time matchups. Like the first week of college football, that first Saturday.
What is it? There's only one good game. Was it Miami, Florida, or something?
Well, yeah, that's this weekend, Miami, Florida. That would be, but the first weekend of college football, I mean, that Saturday is Oregon, Auburn, which would be big. I'll watch that. But the next best marquee game is Alabama, Duke. Like, what? I know. And then the second week, it's kind of the same way. There's LSU, Texas, which you're like, oh, that's big. And then I think there's A&M and Clemson. But outside of that, it's like, nobody. What the heck, man? Like, it's just not. Friday night, I know what I will be doing next Friday night.
I'm listening.
Purdue at Nevada.
Oh, Steve.
Go Pack!
Oh, Steve.
Let's go Pack!
Come on.
Why not?
Malik Henry and the Nevada Wolfpack.
Steve, don't do that.
Busting up Purdue.
What if they do bust up Purdue, though?
No, I hope to God they do.
They do. No, you really, you
I'll
really
run it
are
up.
all in on this.
Oh,
one.
yeah, no. I need this year. I just need this year. After this year, I'm good.
Louisville fans will be so happy if they bust them up, but then if they get bust up, they're like, damn.
I know. Yeah,
Like, it's just one of those. we got Notre Dame. We'll worry about that when it comes
Well,
to.
the thing is, if Purdue wins, we'll all go, yeah, well, Nevada's crap. We'll see what happens when you get in the Big Ten.
We're getting trained to do that. Like I think Louisville fan base is starting to take the way things get spun on us, and we're becoming like super trollers.
Yeah.
To everybody else's. We're like a metamorphosis of we used to just like, oh yeah, we're Louisville, let's take out the big guy, we used to kind of have an underdog.
Yeah.
Now we're just really smart, ahead of the curve, cyber.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, I don't play. Yeah.
Speaking of cyber stalkers, Steve, are you ready?
Okay.
Don't do that. Don't give me that look in here like you don't know exactly where we're going.
Gee, what could we be talking about?
Listen, I seen the way you went to Twitter.
I'm going to tell you this right now. Before you start this, before you even start this.
I'm listening.
Watch your back.
Why would you do that?
Watch your back, bro.
Why would you do that?
Just saying.
Why? Okay. Why would you do that?
I just feel the need to tell you need to watch your back. You never know what comes out of these things.
Do you have the tweet near you?
Let's see. Do you want to start with the tweet or do you want to start with the story? Because that happened on Friday, right? Did we even get to talk about the story?
Have we not?
I don't even think we've talked about the story. It's Friday night.
You know what we talked about? I'm sorry, people. I know this is a little clumsy right now. We talked about it as if it was an anonymous.
It was an anonymous coach.
Okay, let's do this. You picked the perfect place to start. Last week on Friday, Steve and I were shouting to the high sports heavens when the story came out. Michael Avenatti. There were some text messages between, I forgot his name, and the anonymous University of Kentucky assistant coach. Right?
Yes.
And Steve and I were extremely disappointed with the lack of investigatory outrage, for lack of a better phrase, that there was. It was like, we've watched anonymous, whenever you heard the anonymous or the no name, we watched how social media hunts down, adds, subtracts, divides, starts cross-referencing dates. They hunt. When they want to know a name, you remember when Coach whatever, 7-6 or whatever. I mean, we know how the capability of all the brains hunt. Oh, well, somebody, that's Avenatti, so it might be crap, right?
Right.
Then after the show, what time did that story come out?
It was
probably 2:00.
No. It was in the evening. It was around 8:00. Later that evening was when the.
So how did you get the news?
I was just looking on Twitter
because I can imagine you doing your little dance in your little chair dance.
I was like, you got it.
Listen, people. Steve has this chair bank head bounce dance. That's when you know it's really on. Okay, so how do you digest it? What do you hear? How do you break the story to people who don't know?
Well, I'm sitting there, and of course, I get a couple text messages, and there's like Kenny Payne, haha, and I'm like, what?
Oh no.
Yeah, and I'm like, what? So so I'm like, all right, well, let me get on Twitter, let me see what's up. Right. So I get on Twitter, and and I see that the text messages have been some of the text messages have been released, and he's talking to a KP, which we assume is Kenny Payne,
allegedly.
Yeah, I did see somebody post. I don't even want to say it. I'll send you a picture. Somebody posted comparing. It was Katina Powell. And they I'll show you the picture.
Right.
Okay, so it was funny. And somebody said, but anyway, so I'm reading it, and I start reading down through there, and I'm like, oh, okay. So you find out that he's talking to most likely
Allegedly.
Mm-hmm. Can you imagine if he?
But see, I know.
I know.
We have to do this fair allegedly thing but I didn't get that same fairness before.
Yeah.
Oh, it was him. Oh, no, he
Right.
knew. Oh, he let him in. Oh, yo, he paid him. It was like, oh, God.
I know.
Okay, so initials KP.
Yeah. So we read that and we're like, all right, no, okay. So you get the story. They're kind of going back and forth a little bit. I'll just read a little bit to you. It says, DeBose noted, I'm willing to bet 38 of 40 teams in the EYBL had to pay a moderate to considerable ransom to families just to play. DeBose also participated in the text messages on July 6th with an assistant coach at the University of Kentucky, according to Emotion. In the exhibits, the initials KP were attached to one non-DeBose number. Kentucky has an assistant coach named Kenny Payne. In the exchange, KP, DeBose explains that he provides money to about 10 coaches, Nike EYBL coaches, who are helping families to the total of about $2,000 or $200K annually. He names the coaches, first names that couldn't be immediately identified by Yahoo Sports. DeBose declares the business is stressful because he has to do it cleanly and with the process. I'm good, but it's enough to where Lynn and Nico don't want to know the immediate details to cover their butts.
Right.
There's some stories with those names.
You're talking about plausible deniability that the NCAA supposedly wanted to eliminate from sports?
Because one of them names may live somewhere locally around. But anyways, I don't want to get shot, so I don't.
Right.
That's not enough here.
Yeah, like people, we like the radio and everything. But.
I know, yeah, and I like y'all. But anyways, we'll see. Nike's global vice president for sports marketing and basketball is Lynn Merritt, who has been a longtime fixture in the company. So it's a risk, DeBose wrote, but everyday job is a dang risk. I cleaned that up. So I'm used to it now. KP wrote back, watch your back, bro.
Huh.
Interesting. That's very interesting. So
You have that story. Hey, Patty Ice, I need Superman music. Is that fair enough, Steve?
what, the Superman?
Hold on. Well, I'm not gonna move forward until Patty Ice gives me the Superman music, and you get that other
That
tweet.
works. I got it. So that comes out. You say,
Okay, so
surely people are like, whoa, or well,
okay, well, the NCAA is already on campus here. I mean, Lexington's not far away.
And here's the right, and Dick
Naturally,
a guy like Dick Vitale, who has adamantly said that anyone that has been involved in this should be, investigated, and if they found, they should be punished.
Because there's no room for this in college basketball.
Yeah,
get the dirty coaches out of here.
Yeah,
get them out of here.
Got to be
right
taken
now.
care of. Yeah, we've got to look into this. We've got to exhaust all money, all resources. We've got to find out.
Arizona, it's disgraceful that this coach is still over there, doing whatever. LSU, this is absolutely disgraceful. Patty Ice, we're still waiting on you.
No, and here he tweets. Listen, he tweets at 11:05 that day. College basketball sleazy soap opera keeps getting more intense.
Wait, that was a Dick Vitale tweet?
Filing suggests Nike paid in pursuit of players.
Ugh.
At 10:30 the next morning, he tags a story from the seaofblue.com.
Uh-oh.
Kenny Payne reportedly linked to text messages involving Nike EYBL scandal.
Uh-oh, that's the story. Give me some volume, Patty Ice.
Dickie V.
Let's go.
Let's not jump to conclusions, people. I can already hear the screams that are coming from anti-BBN. Word of advice. Cool it until all the facts and not rumors come out about these statements.
Can you believe that this is a real tweet from Dick Vitale, people?
Dickie V.
Woo!
Save BBN, Dickie V.
Let's not jump to conclusions, people. Everybody calm down. It's just text messages
Let all the
from their best recruiter.
the recruiter responsible for 80% of their draft picks in the last 10 years.
Let's cool it. You don't know what he could have been talking about.
Do we even know that that's the KP you think it is? KP is 20% of the time the initials of.
Could have been anybody.
No, it was Coach P, and they just didn't know how to spell.
Golly, man.
Coach.
So it was Koach. Coach.
You know how these kids text nowadays?
Coach P. That's awesome.
Can you believe Dick Vitale showed up with his cape on for that story?
Boy.
And listen, shout out to the internet.
Yeah.
Just Twitterverse.
Oh, yeah. People are just killing me over that.
Listen, and they screenshot everything.
Oh, yeah.
And they had all of Dick Vitale's history commentary on other teams. You know, how he approached other coaches.
Oh, yeah.
Being brought
absolutely.
up. Yeah, they did a great job. I tell you what, 8150 93.9.
It's funny, too. Since then, he hasn't even brought up the scandals for 3 days. He's like, yeah.
You just stop tweeting now?
Nah, we're good. Just talk about the Rays.
Yeah, right.
He posted one story about college basketball, and it was, will Louisville or Kentucky fans ever embrace Rick Pitino? That's it. That's it.
Texter, you can't make this stuff up.
He's like, maybe we all were just wrong here.
You knew this was coming, right, Steve?
Oh, yeah.
8150 93.9 is the number. I knew people would want to talk about this. And guess who's up, people? One of our day ones, Butch. Thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away. Patty Ice, we got Butch. We get no sound. Butch, you there? Don't get scared now.
You know, it's a Monday morning. It's gonna be 99 degrees today, and y'all gotta have some fun with something. I understand because the football season's gonna be a long season.
Oh, that was.
Hey
good.
man, I mean, hey, trust me, I'm used to going through that too until last year.
Yeah.
But hey man, come on now.
Yeah.
I know that's the only way that y'all would be able to beat Big Blue in basketball. Something crazy to happen.
This is the sound of a man that has nothing.
He got nothing.
I mean,
you know what he did?
I got nothing but defending my pride.
Listen, man, that's all right. No, that's why I'm not.
But are you nervous about that story?
Nah, man, we ain't talking about basketball yet. We talking about football.
Butch, are you nervous about that story?
You know what? Even I'm gonna tell you something. They'll still beat Louisville, even if the worst case scenario happens. That's all I got for that.
It's true.
Butch, I appreciate the call.
Good stuff.
Did
Good
Butch
stuff,
just say, you know what? We're just going to beat Louisville. That's all that matters.
Well, that's how you know you're scared. When you have to digress to just talking smack.
Just, you're a poopy head.
Yeah.
What did I tell you the other day? I said I had a game. I had to tell the guy. He's like, the scoreboard. I was like, dude, stop. That's like me saying I'm gonna whoop you when we go outside. It's true, but it's kind of weak. Like tell you why. Like,
I cannot believe Dick Vitale tweeted that full slow down everybody. Let's not jump. And talking about the anti-BBN, if that's not Superman, I don't know what is, Steve. I legitimately don't know what it is. We have these conversations and I just say, people, be fair about it. Like, okay, listen, if you root for a team, root for a team. But if you claim you're neutral, go after this.
I know.
The same way. Like Dick Vitale, that's not okay. For you to be a representation of media, of college. You didn't go to Kentucky. This is an assistant coach being brought up in a FBI scandal.
Right.
And your opinion is, I can hear the who you listen? Like, why do you care about anti-BBN people?
I know.
What does that have to do with you?
Unless he just listens to us. Maybe he's listening to us. Even though I think he does that one day.
Somebody got it with him.
No.
Like that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Lawrence, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
What's up, guys?
What up, Lawrence?
You remember a year ago, everybody talking about Kenny Payne as next Louisville head coach. And I kept on saying, no, don't do that.
Yep.
I'm grinning right now.
Listen, Lawrence, I appreciate the call. Let me address that really quick.
Yeah.
Because I said this to you on probably Friday, right?
Right.
For those of you gloating about the Kenny Payne's dirty and Kenny Payne is, listen, that was the point, people. The point of us bringing up Kenny Payne's name was us throwing in the towel, us waving the white flag. What's going on right now with Kenny Payne is exactly what we said, dude, let's just take him.
Yeah.
Let's just take him right here. Because, like I said, for some, like I said, and Kenny Payne's, I mean, look, I don't care what y'all say. He's my guy, you know, whatever.
Yeah, no, that's why I watch out. It's like, I ain't got nothing against Kenny Payne.
Yeah, right. We're just
seems like a good dude.
We're talking about the coverage of this story, not him in particular. Because again, we're at this point, are we really even judging who does what? Like, do we even care?
Right.
Like, listen, the NCAA is doing this independently. The FBI is doing their thing independently. It's not about the person. It's about the system and who's taking the fall for the system. So when I was saying, bring that dude in here, it's because people that know how to operate the system and have a good college basketball team and not get in trouble for having a good basketball team, those are the kind of people you might just need to. And that was us, like, really emotional.
Yeah.
This is before a Chris Mack is on the table. This is, what is it, 3 years to rebuild the program.
Yeah.
Steve and Marcus, like, that was the conversation we were having. So it wasn't like, I can't believe I have to explain that. Shanita, thanks for joining Middays with Marcus Maben. Fire away.
Y'all funny. I mean,
Thank you.
But I think it had to be even funnier when Butch decided to call and talk about how they gonna be. No, Butch, bye. Just bye.
Butch, bye. That's my new thing. I love it.
Up.
So what do you think about the story? Like was it not surprising or is it, you feel cheated?
No, I've been waiting for it to come out because we knew good and well that there has to be something going on up the road in Lexington. I mean, I don't have any problem with the school. I mean, they good, they have good athletics and academics, but let's keep it real. Y'all know good and daggone well something had to be going on up there. Calipari is just so great. Yeah, right. Okay.
No, listen, I appreciate the call.
If I ever, I'm just gonna say it on air. I'll just say it right now. If I'm ever single again, I'm going out with Shanita.
You like the twang and the sports aggression,
the whole package there. Just what was coming out. Yeah, yeah.
Look, Craig says UK fans saying that it's football season and we're not even focused on basketball. It's downright hilarious. They can't keep you about basketball out of their heads 24/7.
The funny thing is, though, the reason why this does catch some national stuff is because you remember we've been talking about for a while over here. I'm like, look, something, and I don't care. I'll say this part, like, something's not right.
As far as what?
With Kentucky, I'm like, something's not right.
They're
not getting.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm like, these kids are looking them straight in the eye and saying no.
Listen, the Aiden when we started seeing that he was previously he wanted people to know I'm going after this kid.
Right.
To scare, because you would scare off 80% of the competition instantly.
Right.
Oh, Cal's in on him. Oh, we're done. Like that. Listen, we made our jokes about, Cal's got his hands on him now. Like we made our not being a media member. This is just Steve and Marcus and the guys talking around a table or something. when we said Cal has his hands on him, we thought the kid might be dirty. You know what I'm saying? Just saying that as kind of a joke, but not really knowing. But as of late, when he stopped showing people who he was going after, was more protective about in-home visits.
Yeah.
The aesthetics of not being seen recruiting a guy and losing out on a guy.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting to the point where, like Kentucky, even the blog services that are confirming, Kentucky's in on this kid, and then losing that kid.
Yeah, I mean the kid that just went to Oregon.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that was going to reclassify when Kentucky clearly needed a big man.
Yes, that was one, and that was one that had both of our attention. We were saying, of course, he's going to steal a big man at the last minute. A young beast.
Well, funny thing is it's not just us. Jeff Goodman tweeted just last night, said Oregon keeps getting dudes. Got to wonder who Nike is helping the most out of the big three now. He said, I'll see what people think, but I'm going with Oregon. And he puts up a poll.
Like they're shifting, like the
like he has Oregon, Duke, and Kentucky. And he's like, dude, like something. I mean, even I think national people, you look at it, and it's funny. One of the first things.
I mean, you've been saying this. You said something's not right.
Something's not right. They're not getting the same kids.
Last year's team, like I said, Reed Travis had a resume, but when you looked at the team and saw,
but even Reed Travis, that's not a player that they get.
I know, that's my point. Yeah,
you're like, okay, yeah. I see. I think we just crossed paths there. Yeah, like what you're saying is right. I mean, like, he's big time, probably the best grad transfer by far.
Right.
But
you're just used to seeing studs.
Yeah. Wiseman's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like kids like that where you're like, dude, these kids are
for
just
like
stupid.
6 years straight.
I was scared to death. I remember 2 years ago telling my father-in-law, I was like, the only thing that sucks, I said, next year y'all are gonna get that Barrett kid, that Zion kid, you're gonna get that Bowl kid. It's like, dude, they're gonna be, oh god,
because that's been the standard.
I know. I mean, I was dreading
Kentucky
that.
is supposed to have Barrett and
Zion and Bowl, and you mix together, you know what I'm saying? And then you get a hero to go with it, and a Kellen, and you're like, oh my God, they're just insane. It's like, what do you do with that? And that's not been the case. It's funny that what I just read you, that quote from Jeff Goodman. Look, three comments down, somebody screenshotted Deron Lamb from 2014 saying, if you play ball for Kentucky, you can get whatever you want. Trust me. You forget about this stuff, but it's like, but I've told you, and I said it before. I said the thing is, though, if they ever start down that Kentucky Calipari wormhole, the NCAA is going to come after him.
They're going to rick him?
They're going to come after him. Yeah, they'll because there's some pent up aggression from the NCAA on him for a while. So I'm like, go ahead, start going down that thing, man.
And I always thought this. People respect you as being good or as being successful, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't have the backstory of success done the right way, if your 30 for 30 isn't going to be farmhand, sleep outside the door just to get a shot at an interview.
Yeah.
If you don't have that story behind you, you're always the media. I use this term a lot. People, you can look it up. It's one of the best stories I ever heard. The sword of Damocles, right? And it's just a sword hanging over your head by a thin string.
Yeah.
But you're the king.
Right.
Right? But you're always nervous sitting on the throne that any moment that little string could break, but you're still the king, right? And if I thought it really, I'm gonna say, see how I should say this. I think people like to generalize, and I was uncomfortable with people making the mafia references in the media with Rick Pitino.
Right.
Everybody was just too, like, you don't realize how much cultural appropriation when you keep going, Slick Rick and Teflon Don Rick Pitino.
Yeah, yeah.
And he beats the trial again. Like, you're comparing Rick Pitino and an extortion case to John Gotti.
Yeah.
You know, that he's a Teflon Don. I mean, we're talking like guys beating murders and racketeering cases. I would be uncomfortable if that was me or somebody I know and love, you know, just like, could you imagine, Steve, if you were being accused of something and people were, what is it, corn-fed mafia, what is it, the mafia?
Yeah.
Somebody knows what I'm talking about, like the cornbread mafia or something like that. I don't know what it is.
What was it like? What did they do? Was that like moonshine people or something?
I think drug dealers, you know, out in the country. But then, point being,
I don't know a lot of those.
If they start using,
or I do, maybe I don't know that.
Yeah, I was gonna say you probably. Here's the thing: if they use your name like that and that gets put over and over again, it's like using the word scandal. They're calling the Grissom statements just another scandal. I keep telling everybody, you got to be more careful with your, like, it's irresponsible to use the word scandal with Grissom, you know, because then it says it's scandal after scandal after scandal, when that's not true.
Yeah.
You know, it's a statement, a controversial statement, a statement. Yeah, cornbread mafia. Okay. See, Steve.
Somebody said out in Nelson.
Yes. Right. But if put it this way, if people just kept calling you cornbread mafia Steve, you know,
right,
and then let's say just some misunderstanding happens, you know, where there goes cornbread mafia Steve again, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When really that's not you.
It's like, man, I ain't even done anything.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And then when you get accused of something, it was like, I always knew something about Steve.
Right.
You know, so my point of that whole silly story is to say, with Cal vacating Final Fours, you know, from Memphis, you know, from his, you know, UMass days, he doesn't have a background story that says he's done it. I won't say the right way, done it without shortcuts.
Right.
And without, you know, stains, right? So that's why I say you may be right when you say they'll sacrifice him.
Oh yeah. No, yeah. They'll come after him good.
Quick commercial break. Middays with Marcus Maybe 8150 93.9 is the number on 93.9 The Ville.
Something on your mind? Hit us up on the UPS Jobs text line 3831 93.9.
UPS is currently hiring package handlers for its preload operation. Earn $14 an hour and receive up to $250 in weekly attendance bonuses while working up to a career as a package car driver. In as little as 6 months, you could have an opportunity to connect with customers and build lasting relationships in the community. Future you looks good in brown. Apply now at upsjobs.com or text Brown to 33588.
This is it. The final days of Genesis Diamond's GIA Diamond Extravaganza. Response has been amazing as savvy shoppers take advantage of this incredible value. It's truly a game-changing offer. Now through Sunday, all GIA certified diamonds at Genesis are 20% off. That's 20% below Genesis' already unbeatable price. Listen, this never happens. These discounts are rarely, if ever, offered to the general public. A 20% savings on GIA certified diamonds is truly unheard of. In fact, don't be surprised to see other jewelry store owners and even diamond wholesalers shopping alongside you at this event. All diamond shapes are included. Rounds, ovals, princess cuts, cushion cuts, pear-shaped, even fancy yellow diamonds. From a half carat to 10 carats, from $1,500 to $500,000. Don't miss this chance. Get Genesis already best price minus an extra 20% on all GIA certified diamonds. But remember, this special offer ends at 6 p.m. this Sunday and will not be extended. Hurry for the best selection. Only at Genesis Diamonds, Shelbyville Road Plaza.
Hey Cardinal fans, you can live the life of a U of L basketball player at the Chris Mack Basketball Fantasy Experience. Participants get inside access to Cardinal basketball never seen before. Get elite instruction from guest coach Bill Murray, as well as basketball insights from Commissioner Jay Billis. This is your opportunity to join the Cardinal basketball family. Attend a VIP party at Chris Mack's home and compete for a championship at one of the finest basketball practice facilities in the country. Visit ChrisMackExperience.com today for all the details.
Here's what you missed on Trading Paint with Pat Jaggers.
Former driver and NBC analyst Kyle Petty joining us now on 93.9 The Ville. Kyle, what is the craziest thing you've ever been asked to sign?
The craziest thing that I ever signed in all of my career happened really early in my career. I was probably only 25 or 26, and I'm not even sure where the racetrack was, but I signed a hairless Chihuahua. And this woman was taking her dog around and having people sign her dog. Why? I have no idea. I have no idea. But, I mean, it's a pitiful-looking dog without hair. I can tell you that right now. But I signed my name on it, took my picture with it, with her and her dog, and my autograph on the dog's side, right on his right front shoulder, and went home and thought, I will never do that again. I will never sign another animal as long as I live. And I haven't.
Sundays at 9 a.m. on 93.9 The Ville.
Single game tickets are now available to celebrate the new era of Louisville Cardinals football. Join us for the opener as Notre Dame makes their first visit to the Ville. Take in an early season tilt with Eastern Kentucky. Be there for the ACC opener against Boston College. See the Cards battle defending national champion Clemson, crossover rival Virginia, or former Big East foe Syracuse. For more information on single game tickets, visit gocards.com or call us at 502-GO-CARDS.
Down the Stretch with professional horse racing handicapper Don Noble returns Saturday, August 31st, right here on 93.9 The Ville. Join Down the Stretch as Noble breaks down the biggest and best races from across the country every Saturday beginning at 9 a.m. And find him online anytime at downthestretch.net. It's Down the Stretch with Don Noble returning Saturday, August 31st from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. only on 93.9 The Ville.
The weather may be warm, but that doesn't mean that it's going to be dry. So don't let rain give you an excuse to not work out. Take away any excuse making by visiting Fitness Market. It's a lot easier to hit the treadmill or elliptical when it's down the hall and not a drive to the gym away. I have a Precourt treadmill from Fitness Market, and I see firsthand why it's the gold standard. It's better quality than the ones I run on at the gym, and right now at Fitness Market, you can get a Precourt treadmill starting at $39 per month or an elliptical starting at $36 a month. And if you need to get a piece of equipment serviced, their service division, the Treadmill Medic, is what Chris and Pat Wider founded the business on 19 years ago. No matter what your exercise needs are, Fitness Market will have the selection you need, from treadmills, ellipticals, rowers, indoor bikes, weights, to even e-bikes. Besides Precourt, you can find brands like Matrix, Kaiser, Spirit, and Hoist. Visit Fitness Market on Westport Road just inside the Snyder, or Plantside Drive and Waterson Trail, or online at thefitnessmarket.com.
Check out Louisville Sports Live, the city's longest-running all U of L sports talk show, every Wednesday at 6 o'clock right here on 93.9 The Ville. Check us out daily at LouisvilleSportsLive.net. Follow us on Twitter at LVille Sports without an O Live. All the best local and national guests every Wednesday at 6 o'clock right here on 93.9 The Ville.
We always have our focus around here at ESPN Louisville. Not focus with an F, but with a PH.
Focus is our go-to drink when it's time for a pick-me-up around the office. Focus is a naturally energizing caffeinated sparkling water, so it's free of any of the bad stuff you find in sodas and energy drinks. The caffeine in Focus comes from green tea leaves.
So pick up a Focus around Louisville at places like Kroger, Fresh Time, Lucky's, Rainbow Blossom, Heine Brothers, Paul's Fruit Market, or on Amazon. Focus, P-H-O-C-U-S. Try it today.
As the kids go back to school, your AC unit has already passed midterms. And if it looks like your AC is going to fail final exams this summer, you need to call DFH Company. That's who we use here at ESPN Louisville. Buy a complete train system and get one of the following: 12-month special financing, a humidifier, a Wi-Fi controlled thermostat, or an air cleaner. It's hard to stop a train, so call DFH at 968-6222 or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Visit dfhcompany.com for complete program eligibility, dates, details, and restrictions, subject to credit approval.
Like your phone, but not your service? With Spectrum Mobile, you can keep your current phone and upgrade your network. Simply pick the data plan that's right for you. Pay for the data you use, or choose unlimited for just $45 a month per line. All in. And talk and text are always free. Switching is easy. Go to spectrum.com/BYOD to learn more or to find a store near you. Spectrum Internet required. Restrictions apply.
Middays with Marcus Maben on 93.9 The Ville is broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services studio. Now, here's Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. It's Midday with Marcus Maben, 8150. 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. Sorry, people, we were trying to just see if there were any texts that were. Again, the text line 3831-93.9. We're actively reading. What does that text say, Steve?
Says because, okay. So even with the Stains and backstory, they've still left Cal alone, whether because of Kenny or Wes or Phil. Why has he been untouchable since he left Memphis? Because Milt, Kenny, Wes are boys, and Cal gave both of them jobs. If Kenny ever leaves UK,
speculation,
Cal will become touchable.
That is, it's not a bad theory.
It's not a bad theory.
That's not that. That is not theory. That is not a bad.
But I still say maybe they're not untouchable.
Okay, so
they're not getting the dues.
Steve, you have been the one that has said, that something has been changing in the recruiting.
Mm-hmm.
Give me your one before we move along. Give me your one player proof that something is not right.
Well, I don't know that. Is there one? Is it them? Is it Cal not landing a top 5 guy in 4 years, 5 years? It's there's a collection for me, man, that when you look at it, you're just like, wait a minute. You're like, well, they need a big man. All right, well, they're going to land a big man. You're like, well, who did they end up getting? Some grad transfer from Bucknell.
What's his name again?
Nate
Sestina.
Sestina. That was, it was like, really?
By the way, he's chiseled.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
I haven't seen.
So, you know how the Aiden Gahan picture was out there? Then Kentucky posted that picture with all their shirts off. Is this going to continue through basketball season where we're just going to see a bunch of just topless 19-year-old dudes throughout the year?
I'll say this. They may win a game, but that's not the battle they want to get in.
Yeah.
Because Max got some monsters over there physically looking like. Because didn't they? Do you remember when they tried to post a picture of Montgomery? I was like, I wouldn't try to.
Yeah, the little meme.
Yeah, I wouldn't take that and put it up against Enoch and Aiden and Malik. And I was like, dude, it's a little different there, buddy. But yeah, no, that is funny though. It is something, but I don't know, man. It's like. Dude,
do you expect to hear anything else out of Dick Vitale about this until any more story comes out?
Nothing along those lines. I think he said his piece there. So
just don't rush to judgment.
Yeah, I'd be surprised. I'd be surprised to hear anything from him as far as on Kentucky. At this point, other than if it's anything, anything along the lines of like, this says.
Okay, last question I ask about this. I'll say my feeling, then I ask the question.
Okay.
Other than my giggle about this,
yeah,
I'm on my own on this one.
Okay.
I don't need you to back me up.
Okay.
For the sport, we made fun of Drew Diener just now, right before the show started. Drew Diener is a tennis guy. When something happens in his tennis world that makes tennis look bad, Diener takes it personally, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And like when normally he's in attack mode, when it comes to tennis, he goes super defense mode.
Yes.
We made the joke. Diener just turned into Marcus Maben, in the back when we were talking about stuff.
Yeah.
Me personally, to have to say Kenny Payne's name or have to say basketball's looking dirtier and dirtier, right?
Mm-hmm.
It hurts my feelings.
Sure. Absolutely.
Like the fact, I hate saying his name and I hate saying, I don't even want the stain of Kentucky has been playing with dirty EYBL players.
Yeah.
For 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need that, but I just want them to stop with me. Stop your stop your finger pointing with the Louisville situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just admit that your investigation came from a targeted way, and your treatment, in media and state coverage has been a little unfair, but I don't want this to be a dirty sport in college.
Well, because here's the thing. We said this on Friday. We all knew this was how the one and done era would end. I mean, you knew it.
Was it DuBose that said it as well? When he said this can't end, this is not going to end well with the families or Nike.
Right, because, the problem is, the moment they made that rule, coaches went, okay, within a month, okay, all right, Greg Oden, you're on the clock.
Yep.
Who pays him where to go where?
Yeah,
I don't know that he was paid, but but you imagine there was probably some kind of bidding war. At that point, this is the top kid in high school.
I want the I want the narrative and the word and the language of basketball to go from dirty player to, dirty manipulation of the player. You know what I'm saying?
But
if you're not supposed to give them money, you're giving them money. You're the criminal, not the guy who accepted it. In a perfect NCAA sports world, you should not be arranging payments to kids.
Yeah,
the offer is like an entrapment. Like it's what Tupac did to.
Sure. But
it's what Birdman did to Kyle.
But with that said, I'm all here for Kentucky just getting smashed on. I'm beyond here for it. I will.
So
just dunk on them so hard.
If it could. That's messed up.
Yeah, but I've watched you laugh for not you, but I've watched y'all laugh for 2 years. Just
you don't just want
Vince
to
Carter.
Go, you don't want just to go away
over them.
Not all just go away.
I'll set out of another tournament. I'll set out of another tournament for y'all just to be like, oh yeah, basically everything they've done since he's been there has just been completely cheating.
Okay,
erase all the wins.
with the story that came out over the weekend, Patty Ice, go ahead and play a song now. Here's the thing, Steve. With a story that came out over the weekend, the most disrespected person in the NCAA resides in Louisville, Kentucky. And I have irrefutable evidence.
30.
We're going to talk about that.
I'm interested.
As soon as the next hour starts. This is going to be a short commercial break, people. And by the way, go to my YouTube channel. I was almost late for work today because I had to go back home and get the camera to make sure the YouTuber's there. Go to Made for the Ville at YouTube. Try the experience. Most people that they stay. Middays with Marcus Maben, 815939 is the number on 939 The Ville.
Hey, this is Steve Rummage, and I have one question for you. What good is having that beautiful home with that beautiful view?
You want to go
written grime of or
y'all want to go about 3 minutes here?
Extensive workout. Let's face it, you and your home deserve better. That's why I'm here to tell you about Windows Plus. They have the best free lifetime transferable warranty, best installation in town, quality products, doors, windows, siding, and gutters. They've also been voted most efficient in 2019 and have an A+ Better Business Bureau rating, including all 5-star reviews, which means they're exactly what you've been looking for. So go visit them at 11501 Plantside Drive in Louisville, Kentucky, or call 502-494-0120. Again, that's Windows Plus, so make the call.
You know, anyone can deliver a box of groceries. But when you consider the source, only Kroger can bring you the fresh, delicious food and quality products you already know and love. And no matter how you like to get your groceries, Kroger makes it easy with same-day store pickup, delivery in as little as 1 hour, and shipping right to your door. So go ahead, check out while you're chillin'. Shop online with the Kroger app or at Kroger.com today.
Have you been in a car wreck? Insurance companies can be really tough to deal with on your own. I'm Sam Aguiar, and our team is here to help. We have been fortunate enough to represent thousands of people from Kentucky communities, and we would love to speak with you about your potential case. Our team loves what we do. The consultation for you is free, and we don't charge you anything unless we win the case for you. So come be a part of our team. Our phone number is easy, 502-888-8888. 502-888-8888.
Hey, Cardinal fans, you can live the life of a U of L basketball player at the Chris Mack Basketball Fantasy Experience. Participants get inside access to Cardinal basketball never seen before. Get elite instruction from guest coach Bill Murray, as well as basketball insights from Commissioner Jay Billis. This is your opportunity to join the Cardinal basketball family. Attend a VIP party at Chris Mack's home and compete for a championship at one of the finest basketball practice facilities in the country. Visit chrismackexperience.com today for all the details.
Are you ready to sell your home? Well, there couldn't be a better time. Houses are going for top dollar and selling quickly. You need to call Jill Blessinger with Keller Williams. She has a team of professionals that will help you sell your home quickly and get the most for it. She is a professional home stager and photographer. And when you're ready to buy, she works with Becky Bleemel of Caliber Home Loans. She makes the loan process very simple. And if you mention you heard this on Middays with Marcus Maben or ESPN, your appraisal is absolutely free. So,
hey, y'all about ready to come back? Hey, boys.
0546.
Y'all about ready to come back? Cool.
773-0546. And let her help you today.
An official broadcast partner of the University of Louisville, WLCL Sellersburg is 93.9 The Ville. Middays with Marcus Maben on 93.9 The Ville is broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services studio. Now, here's Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. Welcome back. It's Midday with Marcus Maben, 8150. 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. So headed into the break, I threw out a little tease. I said the most disrespected person in all of college sports resides right here on this campus. Steve, I need you. No, actually, Patty Ice, I need your help with this one. I need you to bring up the ESPN newly released top 25 basketball. So, Steve, do you off the top of your head, do you know what the ESPN top 25 is? Patty Ice, go ahead and let us know who the top 7 are when you get them.
Do you mean as far as team ranking?
Yes.
Let's see, release top 25 ESPN. Now, of course, these aren't official. They're just, I'm going to say Michigan State, Duke, Kentucky.
My internet's running really slow over here. So. You got it yet, Ice? Is your internet running slow in it too, or something?
Yeah, jeez. I'm sure Louisville's in the top 5 somewhere.
You know what? Even without you knowing, it's kind of the point, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here's the thing: we watch these rankings come out, and you watch your Kentuckys just in there, in principle.
Yeah.
You watch your Carolinas, you watch your Virginias, it's just in there on principle.
Right.
Right. And we've talked about this, and we've said, Louisville has the potential, right?
Yeah.
So this is what happens. I was looking at the top 25, the ESPN top 25, and I had to say it again. I had to say it out loud. This is one of those tactics I kind of learned from listening to Colin Cowherd, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where he's just kind of like the say it out loud rule, right?
Yeah.
When Vegas decides their over and unders, right?
Yeah.
They factor in what's fun.
I'll send it to you. Watch it later.
They factor in something like.
Sent it to you.
I should have turned it down. Something like.
Yeah.
Seniors.
Sure.
Something as simple as seniors.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
What do we say about Kentucky half the time? They only win when they got some seniors.
Right.
Every team come tournament time, why do we say Duke's not going to win it when they have those freshman classes? Who do they get beat by?
And usually a Michigan State.
Juniors and
Kansas.
seniors,
Yeah.
right? Now, what if I told you, Steve, that you had a...
Got it.
Oh, you got it? Okay. Go ahead and spout them off.
All right, I've got the top 10.
Okay.
All right. Number 1. Who y'all got?
Michigan State.
Michigan State.
Without a doubt. That's correct. Number 2. Who do you think?
Duke or Kansas?
Kansas.
Kansas.
Okay.
3.
Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Okay.
4. Florida. 5.
Grad transfer, big time.
Louisville. 6. Duke. 7. Gonzaga. 8. North Carolina. 9. Villanova. And coming in at 10th is Maryland.
Okay.
So I only wanted people. I'm not going to be overly dramatic about this.
Yeah,
But-
I'm interested to see where you're going with this.
But I'm going to say this has to be said.
5's pretty good.
Huh?
I'm listening.
If I told you you have a junior player of the year preseason top 3-5 favorite.
Absolutely.
Who's a junior, right?
Yeah.
Senior grad transfer point guard.
Mm-hmm.
Your backup point guard is a junior, right?
Yeah.
A 5th year, 10-point a game scoring, top 5 shooter in the country.
Yeah.
On your team.
Right.
A senior 7-foot finisher between the left and the right hand.
Mm-hmm.
A 6'11", averaging 18 minutes a game junior.
Yeah.
Who has a plus 40% 3-point shooting. Junior.
Yeah.
A transfer, former tournament MVP, senior on your team, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I gave you that roster, just that roster, and then I said, on top of the roster of all juniors and seniors who have played 4 seasons, 3 and 4 full seasons of basketball, and then I give you a top 5 recruiting class in the country. Do you realize a top 5 recruiting class in the country automatically makes a team number 3 in the country? Like,
yes,
that's what the ESPN does, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what the recruiting services do. They take whatever team has that stupid recruiting class, big recruiting class,
Yeah.
and then they start you at number 3, and then you work from there.
Besides Memphis.
Yeah. Yeah, Memphis. Memphis is the one that's fair.
But they don't have any seniors.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
Okay?
Okay.
But good point, right? But I just gave you I just gave you a coaching, a media, a Vegas can't miss. Vegas says a team with 5 seniors and starters, and then they got a type. Oh, that's a Final Four team. It's top 2 teams.
Yeah.
A coach who has had his team in number 1 seeds, recently. Everything that I've given you, 5 means I just gave you a number 1 roster.
Yeah.
I just gave you a number 1 team.
Yeah.
For you to be 5, it's all about nobody respecting Coach Mack.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I don't disagree with that because
Not or under respecting.
Because I've been on multiple phone calls with you over the past 4 months, and I've just been like, dude, I don't know. I'm reading the other rosters. I think we got the best roster in the country.
Right.
I mean, maybe I'm not crazy. Maybe I'm a fan here, but I'm like, Michigan State's probably the one that I would maybe.
That's the only on resume. Okay.
But you beat them last year. Now I will say this: I know it was early.
You beat them though.
But did you get better? And did they get better? I don't know. I mean, they lost Ward. I'm just saying, like, I don't know.
Are you saying that the top 5 recruiting class in the nation you got, there's no contributors?
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's what you'd have to be saying.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
If you would put Michigan State at 1 and Louisville at 5 with their roster, and returning everything they return, you're either saying Mac can't get it done, or Christian Cunningham was the best point guard in the ACC.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're saying that what you lost, you just cannot replace. I mean, and I love Kristen. I think he was a monster.
And
I
again,
think he was better than people give him credit for.
I was just doing the math, people, and I said, like I said, I come from the Denny Crum, dude. If you give me 4 seniors, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You give me six guys with thousands of minutes of college basketball. I'm gonna be one of the top teams, and stick a top 5 recruiting class with it.
Yeah.
Like, are you just saying, like, what do you?
No, I mean, no, you're right. But that's what I've been saying, man. Because I've been looking, and I go down the thing, and I just say, I'm sorry, man. Like, this is the best. This is the best team in America.
Okay. You said something the other day. Is Matt gonna feel the pressure of this?
Well, that's what we're gonna find out.
Outside opinion.
Oh, because that's what we're gonna find out. I think over the next year.
Do you think right now, Coach Mack feels the pressure of having a roster like this?
I'm gonna say
because if he underperforms, the Nationals they might be on him.
I think there's still the benefit of the doubt, though, and here's why. Because A, it's the second year of the program. B,
sure.
B, I would say the other element is that I think there's going to be a lot of grain of salt given this year, just because no one really knows what anyone really has, and not just the ACC national. I mean, Memphis could be that. Memphis could be one of the worst teams in basketball. They could be one of the best with all those freshmen. I mean, we've seen some of Cal's teams with all 5 freshman starting lineup be terrible. So I mean, there's so many different angles and elements you could look at it.
Dude.
But to answer the question, I don't think people, unless they have an absolutely disappointing year, that's when the pressure's on. That's when the critics come down. But regardless, I think that they've already set the standard. When you've got Luke Murray tweeting out a picture of Mercedes-Benz Stadium for the Final Four, I mean,
yeah,
you're putting the pressure on yourself.
Could you imagine getting worked by any freshman? Like having this team get like a Memphis. Like, I'm Coach Mack's pack line.
Yeah.
You made the point about how they handled Duke and how they handled just uber athletic AAU teams.
Yeah. I mean, they do well.
They do well against running guns.
Yeah, because, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, the Duke, what gets caught up in is the collapse at the end of the Duke game. But when you start to read the principles of his defense and stuff, you say, well, we should have saw that one coming a mile away. The way when you watch Duke play, I mean, there's no wonder Zion didn't dunk the ball once in the Center during the game. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I mean,
who was guarding him?
They were Wara.
Quan Four.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. Quan Four too. I mean, but I mean, it was like no, they're built to beat a team like that. I mean,
so like uber athletic team doesn't scare you at all.
No, I actually agree with that.
And in hindsight, there was probably one team like with a style that had your number mixed with an all-time great shooting performance in Minnesota.
Yeah, I mean, Boeheim.
I was going to say Syracuse. Yeah, you can't forget about the zone.
Yeah. But, I think everybody kind of gave him I think that maybe something he struggles with, but I mean, everybody kind of gave him a pass because you're like, well, we'll see what he does when he gets a few more weapons. And to
be fair, I mean, Boeheim has perfected the zone. Like,
Oh,
it
yeah,
affected
sure.
the blueprint.
Was that zone more us or them? I think it was us.
Well, and it could have been. That's what you don't know. I mean, you've only got one sample size, but the one sample size was terrible. So
Yeah,
I mean,
they looked extremely uncomfortable. So
Yeah,
it could go both ways.
Sure.
Because you could say that it was Louisville because they looked uncomfortable. It was, I mean, to an extent, Coach Chris Mack got. I'm going to say that game he got out coached. I think that's fair.
Oh, yeah.
Just because nothing they did or tried would work or combat that.
Yeah, they didn't seem to have an answer.
The thing is, though, you could also say that maybe it was Syracuse because they didn't look any different than what they had in the zone. Though that's the thing.
See, that's why I say it was players on this one.
Right.
Like me personally, I think okay, we talked about this. And again, this whole point is to say, where is Coach Mack not getting the benefit of the doubt, having the best roster, either let's just say top 2 rosters in college? I should be able to say that,
sure,
fairly. How many times did we see one of our players get the ball in the middle, right, and turn around and throw it like to the open area underneath the basket when they were trying to high low, like.
Yeah,
the moving wasn't synchronized. The high low.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I know. I mean, yeah. I think. Well, for one though, I think one of the problems comes with that is your bigs just didn't pass well.
Right.
I mean that's just not having good passing big men.
And you don't see any zones, and the only teams that play zones are teams that you can bully athletically.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even Syracuse. I think to an extent. I mean, I think that's why I just give Boeheim a little more credit on that night. But I mean, Syracuse doesn't have.
Texas says Wara and Sutton sucked in the middle.
They did.
Yep.
Which was kind of surprising.
Yep.
It was kind of surprising.
That's why I put it on the players on that one.
Wara, the problem with Wara was I think it was like, again,
and they went at Ryan.
Yeah. I mean,
he got in the game. They tore him up.
They do that, but I mean, here's the thing: the Wara's problem is he was probably the best option for the middle, but you don't want him in the middle. Like against Syracuse, I don't want you there.
Yeah, we learned that lesson.
Yeah, I want you out on the perimeter. I mean, I need guys catching it in there and dishing it back out to you, not you in there. I mean, what are you going to do with it in there?
Yeah, and I mean that was the problem too because A, you didn't want him in there, and B, when he actually got going and he I remember in that game. I remember this really, really well when they finally looked like they got a little something going for a brief amount of time. They pulled him from it, and it was like Chris Mack realized that's probably not a good spot for him. But when he was going, they put Dwayne Sutton in. And it's like the train completely fell off the tracks, and it was just one of those games for me. I look back and I'm like, man. That's the last thing you wanted to see was Chris Mack get tore up by a Syracuse zone. But at the same time, it's last year was one of those games where you felt like you could lose and still be okay.
You get the zone awkwardness. You don't play enough of that. We don't see enough of that.
And plus, I mean, there's not a coach on the planet that in conference you don't have one team that you own and one team that just got you. I mean, like I said, it's funny because Mack and Pitino, I think, are polar opposites. I think Rick would beat the zone. It didn't matter what they had. Yeah. He didn't care. He had something for that. I don't know that we were ever going to beat Virginia again. Outside of Mango hitting a bank shot.
Right.
But for Mack, I think it's the total opposite. I watched those 2 games against Virginia last year, and I was like, oh yeah, he's got them.
I would be blown away if they did not beat Virginia this year. If they don't beat them this year, they never. I don't know if they ever.
He'll have a winning record against Tony Bennett because I was like, he's got him.
Over the course of 5 years.
Yeah. You're like, he's got that. And the Syracuse thing, I felt like, I'm not sure he's never coached his own before. I don't know. Why are they standing in just random places?
It looked awkward.
I know, it looked terrible.
And that's going to be an adjustment for fans. Like, here's the thing, too. I think the style, we talked about this, Steve. I think the style of watching Louisville play is going to be unpleasing on the offensive end.
Okay. Yeah.
Like the play we all recognize that we end up getting a lot, the little over the shoulder, throw underneath the basket.
Yeah.
It's that little quick, back screen, right? That's a nice set, but when we first saw it, we thought that was just a player like making a
play.
Yeah, making a play, right? Then we saw that thing again.
Yeah.
And then out of bounds play, we would see the ball just whistle past somebody's ear, and they actually look like they're on the same page with that. And the style of play looks unorganized. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
It's like normally you make this cut and just, this time you kind of do a little quick slip. It's not structured for the eye to digest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The slip screen, like, okay, Malik Williams goes to set a pick, right?
Sure.
You know how their routes are kind of like rounded off? Like you can't really tell, is he going to set a pick? It's kind of, free. The movement's a little freer.
Yeah.
So I think with that style on offense, it looks like they're just kind of winging it.
Mm-hmm.
When you watch the freedom of Jordan Nwora, especially when he's not playing good, it's like, dude, like, do you have any offense at all? Like, what are we doing out here?
Well, I think you're going to see a lot of different stuff this year, though. I mean,
you think he's going to add more?
Oh yeah. Well, he said as much.
But is it like set plays, like?
Probably a little bit of both. I mean, because it's
See, and again, I'm just bringing that up to say, is this why we look at him and say, I don't know if he, I don't know about it.
Well, I mean, he's not been to a Final Four. I mean, and I say that to say, I mean, if you wanted to,
he hasn't.
No, I mean, and you've had a 1 seed and a 2 seed. I mean, you've been to you took a 12 seed to an Elite 8 or 11 seed to an Elite 8. I mean, so I mean, I could see if there's a little reservation. But I mean, he's a young guy. I mean, as far as in the coaching world, and I mean, and he's never had
the best roster in college.
He's never had this. So to go back to the heart of this whole question, he probably is. I don't know if I don't know. He's feeling the pressure. I don't know that he cares though, because he seems to want it. I mean, and that's what I do like. He said in the press conference, that he had. He said, "No, that's why you come here. We got pressure. That's what it is."
Do you realize he's in a bubble of three of the top 10 like basketball coaches of all time?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, Rick, Cal, and Denny, and Chris Mack.
Mm-hmm.
Like the room you're in right now.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that as in like Rick, like championships. Denny and championship.
Right.
And Cal has multiple.
Not multiple.
Like, you get my point? Like,
yeah.
And we're holding him to national.
No, you're holding him to that standard.
Yeah, which is a horrible thing.
It's not. That's why you take the job. I'm sorry. No. That's what you knew. You know that's what you're taking. You know that's what you're walking into. You know that's what's expected.
Yeah,
out of it.
you don't just get the program and the adulation and the talent.
Yeah, you don't get all that and not be expected.
So
to win.
You're expected to be a national championship caliber coach.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, that's when you're hired here.
If not, he's got to do more.
Even at his age, because these other guys were older.
No, that doesn't matter, man. It's why since Pat's in here, it's a good time to talk about it too. I mean, it's why I say on this show a lot. The people can back me up. I'm not just saying it because Pat's in here. It's why I say it's the shame. It is the shame of college basketball right now that Indiana's in the position they're in. Because they should not be. Their program is top 6 worthy all time. You have the greatest high school basketball anywhere. You have an amazing fan base. You have tradition that's matched only by a handful of people. You should not, under any circumstances, be going into a year where people are like, "Oh, Indiana, crap, that's a joke." I mean, it's like, what's going on? And Archie Miller is not an old guy. No, but you're expected to win. You're expected to win games.
He was expected to get them to the point by this year where they would be relevant.
Sure.
And they were very relevant for about 2 weeks in the season.
I know.
And it sucked. Like, it absolutely sucked as a fan. But the point that Steve's making, which I just think people forget about all the time, is that they hired the guy that they thought would immediately make them relevant again, and that would allow Louisville's basketball program to turn the page. So I'm with Steve on this 100%. You know, if that's my program, I want a guy like that. You know, for me right now, Archie Miller ain't the guy. I want a guy like Chris Beard. I want the guy that can turn the page with less.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree because, I mean,
that can turn the page with less.
And now Chris Mack has more, though. That's the thing. Like, Chris Mack.
I don't know, man. If you don't get Jay Wright or, you know, like an already established championship winner, it's tough to say at 50. How old is Mack? Coach Mack? Is he 49?
Yeah, probably. I don't know. It's a good question.
He's probably 49.
That was a good guess.
That's a heck of a guess. I feel like you knew that.
Probably. I probably heard it
somewhere.
before.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
He's 49.
Yeah. Yeah. But I agree with what Pat said, man. I think you say I'm going to get the guy that can take a situation we're in right now and immediately make us relevant.
But that's why you go get Ricks and Jay Wrights and already established. Like we're giving him a standard of already have won championships.
But the thing is, though, I mean, to that argument, though, I mean, how does Louisville get a coach like Jay Wright when he's winning national championships at Villanova?
You give him all that money that we read about all the time.
I mean, I just think there's a lot more to that.
You make him leave Villanova.
But how? He's winning national championships.
No, we have so much more money and so much more access that you will come here.
No, and here's the thing.
Make him an offer you can't refuse.
You maybe could have, and that's fine. But I think that Mack is a guy who.
And I'm just covering perspectives here. Like I don't necessarily agree with what I'm saying. I'm just saying I could see how a Louisville fan base would say, no, I want guys who win championships already.
Well, yeah, no, but I think is what you do though is when you have a guy like Chris Mack out there who has been right on the, because look, I mean, in reality, if Chris Mack never had a 1 seed and a 2 seed, he's not here. I mean, he's not setting the guy. But Mack nationally has a reputation. If Tom Jurich had not been fired, Chris Mack would be your head coach today. If Rick Pitino had and Tom hadn't. I mean, so you were getting, like, this was a guy nationally who's had this reputation. And, I mean, that's not a lot of people around Tom knew that was the guy. He loved him. You know, he's like, hey, no, that guy's a monster. I mean, so it's like this guy nationally had the reputation that, look, he's the next. He's the next one.
That brings up a good argument. And think about this. Think about it this way. How much money do you have to put out there to offer a guy like Jay Wright versus taking the guy who's up next for a better deal? Like, things you just don't know. So at that point is, man, do we really want to overpay for a guy that's already winning?
Yeah.
Or B, do we want to take the chance on who's next?
Yeah.
You take Pitino at Indiana.
I take him.
Well, yeah, anybody.
The texter says that. Yeah, no, I'm just trying to set our standards and expectations on a coach, Chris Mack. Like I said, and I'm okay with the next, the next thing, and it does save you a lot of money. It saves you a ton of money.
And I mean, I think when we say expectations, we're a pretty smart fan base. We know that championships don't grow on trees.
Do we?
Yes. We do. I mean, nobody out here is going to fire him if you don't win the championship. I mean, it's like, but what you can't do is take this team and go get beat in the first round, go get beat in the second round, and look stupid doing it. And you're like, wait a minute now. That better not happen again. Like that's gonna be the conversation over the summer. If that ever happens again,
like the Minnesota,
nah, that one you totally.
No, I mean the look of it.
Oh yeah. Like a team you play a 7 seed and you're a 2 or you're a 1 and you play an 8 and they just get hot and bust you up. That's when all summer next year we're like, all right, that ever happens again, you're gone. Like, I'm not cool with that. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, dude, hey, I'm not playing that game with you, man. Like where we go out there and get busted up like that, you know? But, you know, he makes an Elite Eight run.
How old was Coach Crum when he won his first championship?
Don't ask me.
Look that up.
That's a really good question. Probably close to Mac, right? Yeah, probably would have to be. I mean, that was 80.
Yep.
It's almost 30 years ago. Probably younger than Mac. I would imagine. Just find out.
We don't do ages. Quick commercial break. Middays with Marcus Maven, 8150. 93.9 is the number on 93.9 The Ville.
Something on your mind? Hit us up on the UPS Jobs text line, 3831-939.
Born from a legend enjoyed by all, Robert Mondavi wasn't just any winemaker, he was a visionary, an iconoclast, a rock star. In 1979, Robert Mondavi set out to change the landscape of American wine. He founded Woodbridge by Robert Mondavi with the vision of putting good wine on every American table. Pick up a bottle of Woodbridge today and enjoy wines that stand up to every occasion. As the legend himself said, drink what you like what you drink. Woodbridge by Robert Mondavi, from One for All. Please enjoy our wines responsibly. 2019 Woodbridge Winery at Campo, California.
Bright Spring presents the 2019 UPS Plane Pole, Pulling for a Purpose, benefiting Special Olympics Kentucky. You're invited to join a team to compete pulling a Boeing 757 or be a spectator on September 21st at UPS Worldport. Enjoy food, music, giveaways, and stop by the College and Career Fair to learn about UPS's opportunities where future you graduates debt-free. For more information, text Join the Team to 33588 or to apply now, visit upsjobs.com. That's upsjobs.com.
Single game tickets are now available to celebrate the new era of Louisville Cardinals football. Join us for the opener as Notre Dame makes their first visit to the Ville. Take in an early season tilt with Eastern Kentucky. Be there for the ACC opener against Boston College. See the Cards battle defending national champion Clemson, crossover rival Virginia, or former Big East foe Syracuse. For more information on single game tickets, visit gocards.com or call us at 502-GO-CARDS.
Check out Louisville Sports Live, the city's longest-running all U of L sports talk show, every Wednesday at 6 o'clock, right here on 93.9 The Ville. Check us out daily at LouisvilleSportsLive.net. Follow us on Twitter at Lville Sports without an O Live. All the best local and national guests every Wednesday at 6 o'clock, right here on 93.9 The Ville.
Hey, Cardinal fans, you can live the life of a U of L basketball player at the Chris Mack Basketball Fantasy Experience. Participants get inside access to Cardinal basketball never seen before. Get elite instruction from guest coach Bill Murray, as well as basketball insights from Commissioner Jay Billis. This is your opportunity to join the Cardinal basketball family. Attend a VIP party at Chris Mack's home and compete for a championship at one of the finest basketball practice facilities in the country. Visit chrismackexperience.com today for all the details.
Down the Stretch with professional horse racing handicapper Don Noble returns Saturday, August 31st, right here on 93.9 The Ville. Join Down the Stretch as Noble breaks down the biggest and best races from across the country every Saturday beginning at 9 a.m. And find him online anytime at downthestretch.net. It's Down the Stretch with Don Noble returning Saturday, August 31st from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. only on 93.9 The Ville.
Here's what you missed on Trading Paint with Pat Jaggers.
Former driver and NBC analyst Kyle Petty joining us now on 93.9 The Ville. Kyle, what is the craziest thing you've ever been asked to sign?
The craziest thing that I ever signed in all of my career happened really early in my career. I was probably only 25 or 26, and I'm not even sure where the racetrack was, but I signed a hairless Chihuahua. And this woman was taking her dog around and having people sign her dog. Why? I have no idea. But, I mean, it's a pitiful-looking dog without hair. I can tell you that right now. But I signed my name on it, took my picture with it, with her and her dog, and my autograph on the dog's side, right on his right front shoulder, and went home and thought, I will never do that again. I will never sign another animal as long as I live. And I haven't.
Sundays at 9 a.m. on 93.9 The Ville.
The weather may be warm, but that doesn't mean that it's going to be dry. So don't let rain give you an excuse to not work out. Take away any excuse making by visiting Fitness Market. It's a lot easier to hit the treadmill or elliptical when it's down the hall and not a drive to the gym away. I have a Precourt treadmill from Fitness Market, and I see firsthand why it's the gold standard. It's better quality than the ones I run on at the gym, and right now at Fitness Market, you can get a Precourt treadmill starting at $39 per month or an elliptical starting at $36 a month. And if you need to get a piece of equipment serviced, their service division, the Treadmill Medic, is what Chris and Pat Wider founded the business on 19 years ago. No matter what your exercise needs are, Fitness Market will have the selection you need, from treadmills, ellipticals, rowers, indoor bikes, weights, to even e-bikes. Besides Precourt, you can find brands like Matrix, Kaiser, Spirit, and Hoist. Visit Fitness Market on Westport Road just inside the Snyder, or Plantside Drive and Waterson Trail, or online at thefitnessmarket.com.
This is Steve Rummage, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville.
Middays with Marcus Maben on 93.9 The Ville is broadcasting live.
Need a hex head.
C Pest Services Studio.
Cool.
Now, here's Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. It's Midday with Marcus Maben. 8150 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station, people. 2 weeks and you'll be playing football. If you're not going to the game, you're having a watch party. Inside your watch party, I need people to know that this is your area for the watch party. I need people to know right when they enter your domicile by looking at the metal artwork from hexheadart.com. It's like planting a flag to your patio, to your man cave, to your sports universe. Like, I want everybody to know you're in this country. You're in Cardinal country. You're in, whatever your sports team is. You just go to hexheadart.com. You place the quick order. You go get your art. You're going to love it. You're absolutely going to love it.
Amazing.
And listen, it checks everybody. It lets everybody know exactly where they are.
Yeah.
And what to say and what not to say in my presence.
That's a fact, man.
Hexheadart.com.
Yeah, it's the stuff's just incredible, man.
Speaking of coaches, got to have this conversation.
All right, here we go.
Friday, it comes out Rex Karma has been relieved of his tennis command. Right? Now, unfortunately, I don't think that news was very surprising. But we live in a world where we immediately want to attach scandal to any kind of coaching firing. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, before I kind of go into this, these are the reactions. Was it something, what was going on?
Right.
Because he was on paid leave or unpaid leave, we heard about that. And when it happened Friday, first of all, when it happened on a Friday, I noticed that it was on a Friday, and you know me, I pay particular attention to news dumps on Friday.
Sure.
When it happened on Friday, I said, okay, it must not have been that bad because, and I say that bad on Rex's side.
Yeah.
Because everybody knows, like I said, myself and Rex go back 25 years, whatever.
Yeah.
So I was worried about him, on a bad exit or something, right?
Right.
But it happens on Friday, so that means somebody would rather this not be the local story. So that was the one thing that relieved me. Then I worried about the uprising of the conspiracy angle to it. Oh, he's just trying to clean house.
Yeah.
Anybody that was related to Tom, just clean the house, right?
Yeah.
And you think about that, then I thought of something. Because I tried to go down every road to make sure I clean my plate on so I don't move forward feeling like something's awkward, right?
Mm-hmm.
I thought about that and I said, you know what? I can put the cleaning house thing to rest. You know why? How long has Mac been? I mean, how long has Vince Tyree been here?
2 years
and change.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
Think about that. Like, you're past cleaning house territory.
Yeah.
Cleaning house happens in the first year. Cleaning house looks like cleaning house.
Yeah.
Right? So then I kind of got that out of my system. Then I see he's being paid for the rest of his contract.
Right.
Then I say, how long has he been here again? Right?
Yeah.
25 years
Long
plus.
time, man.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what? After I heard that, I read his statement. Shout out, it's been a great ride. He's definitely high roaded it, right?
Yeah.
I could sleep easy after I ingested everything.
Yeah.
Vince Tyree has been here long enough to where this doesn't look like a cleaning house. He's getting paid the remainder of his contract. He's taking the high road in the conversation, right? So I just put it all together and I said, okay. And you add in the fact that when you say 25 years, 20 plus years, I'm like, you're going to piss somebody off in 20 years, 25 years.
Sure.
Parents, kids, your coaching style. You have to be an elite Hall of Fame coach to adjust off of coaching that long.
Oh, sure.
So your style, it would be a phenomenon if your style still is appreciated by everybody after 25 years.
I would agree with that.
Like a statistical anomaly is a coach that can adjust, And then you hear the reports, out of the Courier Journal.
Mm-hmm.
Coaching style clashes. I'll sum it up like that.
Yeah.
Coaching style not being as comfortable to newer kids.
Yeah.
Without turning that into a narrative, I could see how everybody's right.
Yeah.
I could see a Coachy Karma, his style, hurting somebody's feelings.
Yeah.
I could see an athletic director that's saying, dude, 25 years, you can't be a hard ass, and a new voice, new program, my program, new voice.
Yeah.
Right. And I can see as a fan, saying it's wrong, but 25 years, saying I'm comfortable with a change, and he got his money. And, like I said, I hope there's not ugliness to the story, because again, you have to justify any kind of termination.
Sure. I mean, even though they did fire him without cause.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
that's my point.
Yeah.
So that's the relief.
Right.
And here's the thing. If he was being wronged, I would have heard about it instantly.
Yeah.
No. If he was being wronged and he really felt like I got, this is not okay. I'd like to think that I would have heard, and we probably would have had him in here talking about it. But you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Overall,
it's odd. It's odd because anytime, the times that of course, you have more of a personal interaction with him than I've had, as much as just I've known him from in here and seen him out, and knowing his, knowing some of his family and some things they do work in the church and some things around locally.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things where I'm like, look, he's to me, I think he's a good dude.
Yeah.
I like him. I'm glad he's getting his money. I don't know the salaciousness of. I don't like that there's one quote out of this Courier that is kind of I've saw since I've read it to you. It's kind of like that's the quote being put in all the tweets.
Yep.
I'm like, let's get a little more.
Yeah, like you don't want the mudslinging on this one.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
Because listen, if that quote is the truth, then that's a with cause quote.
Right.
So that's why I'm like,
Yeah. So I'm like, okay.
And some of the other quotes are like some of his practice tactics. You and I don't like.
Yeah, that I'm like, yeah. Well, then every coach bullied me I've ever had in my life.
Right? Yeah. No. And listen, you said it. The magic word is bullying.
Mm-hmm.
And today, like I said, I'm worried about that word.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%.
Yeah, because like I can call anybody a bully.
Oh yeah. Oh sure.
We bully Patty Ice when he doesn't have his stuff together.
100%.
You know, somebody bullies me because they told me I have to do this.
Yeah.
For the studio. You know.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
If I call you, like be careful with that one.
Yeah. I mean, you could say, because that can be used with anything. I mean, if I get pissed off in here one day and decide I'm going to quit, I'll say, yeah, you just bullied me on the mic and it was just constant, talking over me or something.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's silly, but it psychologically bothered me. And the reason words like that bother me is because there are people that really deal with stuff like that.
Yes.
And that's why they bother you.
Yes.
That's why you get so, and I'm not going down this road,
Yeah,
but that's why the Chris Jones situations and stuff like that bother you so bad, because you're like, for women that go through the horrific experience that is rape, don't make that up, because then people that go through it, that deal with it, get looked at side-eyed. And it's like, that's not cool. So bullying, of course, I'm not putting.
Yeah.
I know there's a difference.
It's word choice.
But they're both mentally, if you're really truthfully going through it, they both mentally bother you.
And they're so open to interpretation that
he just don't. He don't. I would. And I know in this day and age, and Drew says it all the time on his show.
You don't know.
You don't ever know somebody. Man, I would be really, really blown away. More so, and I've taken up for a lot of people on this show, and I'm not saying that Vince made the wrong move. I'm not doing that.
That was my point at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It can suck for all parties, and it can still be the right move for all parties. It can literally be both are right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I wanted to do with that one. I'm just glad, listen, if it leaves right here with leaked comments, like that's not okay for Coach Karma to leave with that on his name.
Yeah.
That's parts, not okay. But again, I can't say that, like you said, you can't blindly defend either.
Because when you see certain quotes and stuff, you can't just jump out and say, "Oh, there's no way." It's like, well, maybe it was. I don't know. But I do hate that that's starting to get tweeted out by the Courier as the tweet headline. It's like, okay,
he needs Dick Vitale.
Let's not rush to judgment here, people.
Well, I don't know. Mark Ennis is releasing a bunch of information on Twitter, and they're breaking down his website.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some stuff out there with the accusations. Like, I'm talking full quotes.
Yep.
That's like, if any of this is true, there's no way in hell he should ever be allowed.
That's my point. With cause.
Well, then fire him with cause. That's my thing.
Right.
If it's that bad. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, appreciate that, Mark. And yeah. So, I don't know, man. It's tough. It's tough, man.
Again, to me, the reason I stopped short of diving all the way into it is because you're saying without cause. Sure.
And again, now I will say this. I'm going to say this right off the bat. The practice habits for me, I'm like, yeah, you're gonna have to miss me with that one.
What now, practice habits?
Just the for instance, Coach Karma made student athletes participate in team activities beyond the maximum of 4 hours per day. That's okay.
Yeah, you're less sensitive to that.
Now the NCAA, maybe you're breaking rules there. I don't, maybe that's and sure, okay, but come on, 4 hours a day. The coach, okay, all right, I got you. Coach Karma would often withheld gear and equipment, and the coaches of men's tennis team were not transparent and prospective with college student athletes during their recruiting process. about the amount of gear each student would receive. Again, know a lot of people have done that.
I don't know a coach who hasn't done that. Right?
I don't know if any of y'all have played college sports or know college coaches.
Here's the thing. What's important is those are listed in the reasons,
Yeah.
You don't want it to look like a put together case.
Sure, and then you got some 13 individuals stated that Coach Carmer pressured student athletes to play through injuries. That one is, I'll meet you in the middle on that one.
You know what that is?
Yeah.
That was the point I was making as far as 25 years coaching style.
Yeah.
And okay, and what's pressure? Dude, we need you to play. Listen, either you're hurt or you're injured. Are you hurt?
Yeah.
Get out there.
Right.
I mean, some of this documentation, though.
But yeah, Pat, you've been looking through a little more. I'm just now appreciate Mark bringing it in here. I'm just now kind of getting to funnel through it. I mean, you mentioned some quotes. I mean, what as far as, because I'm really asking, because that's why we're not defending or
There's some pretty bad things in here.
Okay. Give them to us.
Some of the things, this is from the university. We interviewed multiple individuals about this allegation. The following are some of the comments that were made.
Right.
He makes jokes about ethnicity. He makes jokes about where the players are born. The coach would say, Arulo, he should get. Oh yeah, we're not gonna read these. These are bad. Like we just can't. They're just really,
they're coming out on the Courier Journal. So
yeah, really racial stuff here. A lot of it is marked out. That's really bad, but some of the stuff we just can't make on. We can't say on the air.
So to paraphrase, there are ethnicity uncomfortable commentary.
A lot of racist allegations.
Right.
And I mean, this is racist is the right word to use, and prejudice. I mean, it's pretty bad.
And which Rexy Karma is a minority himself, so it's one of those things where if it's true.
The thing is, there's not just one. There's like 5 or 6 different.
But I'll look.
accusations.
Here's the thing. I'll pick through a couple of these real quick. I'm looking at it right now. I think you trust me, right?
Go ahead.
One, he said the coach told us don't be a girl. The coach said I don't watch women play tennis. They're terrible. Coach said, and I'm gonna get a little. I'm not just picking the ones that, the coach says we don't go to Panera Bread. Only girls eat there.
Is that like a basic like pumpkin spice commentary? Because you're done for that. I mean,
I know.
Are you done?
I know. But now
it's a fireable offense.
But let's okay. The coach would say, let me see. It says the coach would say about one player he should get a burrito. His family might be here while passing by a Mexican restaurant.
Yeah, you're done.
That was the one I was trying to stay away.
I mean, the
well, I mean,
and there's some
they're in there. I mean, it's. I mean, this is obviously what I just want context to the listener and to us of what, because when you say
what's being alleged.
Here's my problem. Here's the only thing. When you say what you say, I think people, or what you say, and what you were saying was correct. I think a lot of people hear N-words, they hear stuff like that immediately, and they're like, "That's what's being said."
Well,
and I'm like, well, and maybe it is, but I also say, let's read what was being said as well too, So.
Well, I mean, there is something very. It's the M word is not used, but there is something about just quote unquote different races being better than others, and that's in there.
Well, and that's the quote we were talking about. That is that's kind of being put, and stuff. So
there's some religious stuff in there as well.
Again, I think here's what we can agree on. Here's what we can all agree on. Rather the severity. When you
you don't need context to say, okay, you part ways on this one.
You just part ways. You pay him and you part ways.
It sounds like, listen, when you pay somebody out throughout multiple years left on their contract, and say without cause, and these are accusations, you're either saying these accusations can't be proven, or like I said, every 25 years, not 24 years, you're going to have angry parents that say all kind of things, and your coaches are always saying things that can probably get you fired.
Sure.
That's what I think on this one. I think he's comfortable saying things that he shouldn't say, being a coach so long, and I think he's in a new environment. You know what I'm saying?
See, but this is where we could do a 4-hour show on this, because I could say so based. I don't know how far I want to go down that, but it's like so because I don't want to sound like I'm condoning anything he's saying.
Right. No, because we're talking about the system here.
So every sports team in America right now has a player or players that could go to an AD and say, "Hey, my coach said this. I got it on tape."
No. You got it on tape. It's different.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Okay, but even if you don't have it, yeah.
If they had this on tape, he would be fired with cause.
So every team in America could go and say, "Well, my coach said this." Well, then, and even if it was 1,000% true, I'm telling you, every coach, you could do that.
Well, I think there needs to be clarification on this. If this was a thing where they just felt like, regardless of this happening, this is too much of a PR hit to be able to keep you, A, or B, like it's.
Well, after reading it, I don't disagree with Vince.
Like, yeah, it's one of those things.
I think you made the right call.
Yeah.
I think you pay him, and I think because what you're saying, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Enough people made this accusation.
But you said the PR hit. Where we're at right now, I don't really need this.
Because here's the thing. Either you fire him or we're going public that this accusation was made.
Yeah.
That's it. Game over.
Yeah, right. And I don't need this. So I'll pay you. Get out of here.
Listen,
I'm not disagreeing with Vince on this.
Yeah, Rex, your player said you did this. You know?
Yeah, and there's a lot.
Yeah.
It's not just one dude.
Of quotes.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. You can't play out with that, Patty. Huh? Give my play out music, please. Do you know the listeners, they cannot wait to hear the play out music. It gets their day going. Don't make a joke. Please, Patty Ice.
Which one is it? Like, fill me in. Has something changed? I'm confused here. I've filled in a billion times for Brian. What am I doing wrong here?
My Stay Fly.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
You knew that, Patty Ice.
Sorry.
We have people who work and they can't continue with their lives until the show signs off with. Did Brian not leave you the Stay Fly? Oh, man.
That's brutal.
That's okay. Just give me something else, then.
Seems anything.
Somebody said give the third down music.
Just give him. That's probably not on there either.
Oh, man.
Let's just sign off blind. Just silence.
People.
Days with Marcus Maven.
I know. And then you hate for that to be the story that ends the show. I didn't think that we were going to go that long on it.
We did.
We absolutely did. Good thing I get to use my notes tomorrow. As always, people. This is so dry.
It's fair.
Pre-K Kanye. I can deal with that.
No, I'm all right.
Let me get that.
You got a problem with Kanye?
No, I said pre-K Kanye.
Oh, okay. I was just trying to start stuff before we went off the air.
I know. Lighten it up because we're talking about Coach Carmen the whole time.
I know.
As always, 8150 939 is the number. HexheadArt.com for your metal artwork.
30.
DFH Company. Visit DFHCompany.com for complete program eligibility, dates, details, and restrictions subject to credit approval. Middays with Marcus Maben on 93.9 The Ville.
Something on your mind? Hit us up on the UPS Jobs text line, 3831-939.
As the kids go back to school, your AC unit has already passed midterms. And if it looks like your AC is going to fail final exams this summer, you need to call DFH Company. That's who we use here at ESPN Louisville. Buy a complete train system and get one of the following: 12-month special financing, a humidifier, a Wi-Fi controlled thermostat, or an air cleaner. It's hard to stop a train, so call DFH at 968-6222 or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Visit dfhcompany.com for complete program eligibility, dates, details, and restrictions, subject to credit approval.
You know, anyone can deliver a box of groceries. But when you consider the source, only Kroger can bring you the fresh, delicious food and quality products you already know and love. And no matter how you like to get your groceries, Kroger makes it easy with same-day store pickup, delivery in as little as 1 hour, and shipping right to your door. So go ahead, check out while you're chillin'. Shop online with the Kroger app or at Kroger.com today.
Cards fans, it's an exciting time to support your teams. With all that excitement, celebrate with beer made right here in Louisville. Great Flood Brewing has long supported U of L, and we can't wait to see what the future holds. Visit the Great Flood Tap Room on Bardstown Road to see all that we have to offer. As always, visit us at greatflood.com.